Okay, my lovely people, welcome back to another review. It's been a while since I posted my last video. I had a lot of work, but now I'm finally back with the new stuff. I'm also updating my setup, including a mic and camera, so in a really short amount of time the image quality and the mic quality should be on a whole another level. Before we start, don't miss my giveaway at the end of the video because I'm gonna give you some cool little things. And also huge thanks belongs to you guys again because we just hit over 3k subs, which is amazing, and you all guys can look forward to some awesome reviews and videos that I'm planning to make. And also a lot of you were asking me if I could make a video about Scar 15 and its direct comparison with Strix G15, and that's all what we will do today. So in this review we'll be talking about the actual specs of this laptop, build quality, thermals, and of course performance in each program and a game, as well as comparing Scar 15 with RTX 3060, again Strix G15 also with the RTX 3060, and see how it holds up after 4 months of using it. If you are new on the channel and if you like my content, then please leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss any of my future updates and reviews. And you can also take a look at some of my other reviews as well. So today we have here the basic spec version of the Scar 15, and I chose this one because I thought it could be an interesting comparison between these two lines and see if there is a value in a Scar 15 or it's just an overpriced update of the Strix G15. And just one thing guys, I was recording this laptop for this particular review all the way back in the summer, so don't get distracted with the date on the laptop. I must start with the packaging because right from the opening you can easily see the number of values that Asus put in here. Everything was really nice packed, and man, there is a lot of stuff. So we have a keystone here, then we have 2 additional plate covers, not only 1 but 2 power bricks, which are really handy, but we will be talking about them later. And it seems like Asus was listening to us because they added a webcam. Yes, it is said that they didn't incorporate it into the laptop itself, but it really surprised me that they added at least the additional webcam with a stand, so you can really use it however you want. So let's start with the specs. This version has inside Ryzen 7 5800H with 16 GB of RAM, RTX 3060 which is full 130 watts, 1TB of SSD and 90 Wh battery. In terms of build quality, the top of the laptop is made out of aluminum and the rest of the laptop is made out of plastic. It feels really nice and solid and a bit more premium than the Strix G15 model, which was all made from plastic. But don't get me wrong, everything else in a Scar 15 is made out of plastic as well, but it is really sturdy and well put together. Asus is using their soft polished plastic material, which I like, and it feels nice when you have hands on it. But one big disadvantage of the Strix G15 and the Scar 15 is that you can easily see all these smudges and finger oils on the deck, and it's a shame because the laptop itself looks really amazing. But you need to have with you some cleaning cloth to wipe it all out because otherwise it's not looks that cool. I wish if Asus could make this line in a white color, so we might lose a bunch of these smudges, or make it from the other type of a plastic. These pie hinges are same as on the Strix G15 and they are nicely thick and feels rock solid. You can also without one problem open your laptop with one hand, and there is also minimum display flex. One difference between Strix G15 and Scar 15 are back cover plates, which you can change on a Scar 15, and you can pick from 3 versions, which are translucent, matte plastic and shiny silver one. But you can easily spray paint these back panels, so you can customize it however you want. I was in love with the design of the Strix G15, and the Scar 15 is just pushing it a bit higher. RGB lights are nice, bright, and now we have an additional RGB LED strip right under the display, which blows me away because it's really nice, and I'm quite impressed that they could fit this light strip in such a thin display panel. It looks really amazing, but if you are not a RGB guy, then you can easily turn it off. The keyboard is fantastic, this is superior to the Strix G15, but just like I said, you need to constantly clean it, otherwise you can easily see all these finger oils. But back to the keyboard itself. In Scar 15 we have optical mechanical keyboard switches with individual RGB, and I'm in love with this keyboard. It's bloody fantastic. Even my fiance was amazed how cool the keyboard actually is. It's clicky with great response time, and you don't have to push them so hard to recognize your click. Yes, they might be a bit louder than average keys, but in my opinion these are top-notch keys in a laptop in a really long time. I spent hours of typing on this keyboard and I had minimum misclicks and it was really comfortable. This version has inside RGB backlight zones where you can change different glowing modes, and there is a lot of them, such as wave, breathing, static modes, modes reacting to music, individual ripple modes, and really much more. All these light settings can be set in the Armor Create application. And here is a little comparison between the optical mechanical keyboard in Scar 15 and Razer Tartarus V2 with its mecha membrane technology. And also how the actual typing sound on a keyboard sounds like. The touchpad is glass surface, it's nice, big, it has precision drivers in it, and it can recognize your clicks everywhere you click, even on the top corners. One cool feature though is its numbling, which is really handy for me, because one disadvantage that Strix G15 has for me was the absence of the number pad. It's still missing here, but with the presence of the numbling, it's easier for me to just type every number that I needed, and it's quite quick, accurate, and on top of it, it looks really cool. Let's take a look at the ports. On the left side, we have two USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 connectors and also audio combo jack. On the right side, we have keystone slot connector, which basically doing just one thing, that after its connection, it personalizes everything in Windows how you want and how you set it up. On the back side, we have power port connector. Then we have Ethernet connector, HDMI 2.0B connector, USB-C 3.2 Gen 2, which is also DisplayPort, and it can charge your laptop up to 100 watts. And then lastly, we have USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 connector. Let's talk about the display. It has Full HD IPS panel with 300 Hz of refresh rate, 3 milliseconds response time, 250 nits of brightness, adaptive sync with 100% DCI-P3. And so, as usual, Asus gave us again really thin bezels, just like on the Strix G15, but sadly again without the webcam inside the laptop. But luckily for us, who still need a webcam, we have an additional one with a stand connecting through mini USB. I would prefer USB-C, but it was also a nice change for me to be able to put it everywhere I wanted, and this is how it looks like when you put camera on top of the display. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's great that we have at least this option. Maybe in the next Scar and Strix iterations, we will finally have a webcam in the laptop as standard. The display itself is nice, it has really thin bezels, it's color accurate, and it has multiple color presets. You can also tweak it by your liking, but my personal favorites were Vivid and Game Mode. My unit has minimum backlight bleed, and I quite like this display. My really only and big nitpick is just 250 nits of brightness, which for me working on a Legion 5 Pro, which has 500 nits, is just not enough. But if you are not gonna drag your laptop outside on a bright light, then I think you should be more than okay. But what about the actual sound of the speakers of this laptop? Well, we have here surround sound 5.1.2, 4 smart AMP speakers, and Dolby Atmos support. And the sound is freaking amazing, guys. It is loud, it has really nice bass, and at one point I realized that I'm using just the laptop speakers, that's how good they are. Fan noise was average, and it is somewhere between Strix G15 and the Legion laptops, so we don't have to be worried about. The highest fan noise was around 45 decibels, which is average in a good way, and it is honestly not as loud even on a turbo mode. And if we take a look inside, you can see two nice and big fans with nice and thick heat pipes alongside these fans. And then we have two slots for the SSDs and two RAM slots, which can be upgradable up to 64 GB. And what about the actual battery of this laptop? Well, I was surprised that Asus give us not only one but two power bricks, so I had to test them out. So the smaller one is 100 watt brick, which I call traveling brick, and the other one, which is 250 watt brick, I call gaming brick. So let's take a look at the results. And as you can see, smaller 100 watt travel brick, as I call it, fully charge your laptop in a 140 minutes. Main 250 watt gaming brick, as I call it, fully charge your laptop in a 100 minutes. And this is where the Strix and Scar 15 are rocks, because you can get up to 10 hours of browsing the web and also watching some YouTube videos, so Asus did an amazing job with this again. What is not as great is 90 minutes of a gaming on a battery itself. It also locks you at 30 frames per second and you will have to do slight compromises, but let's face it guys, every laptop has this poor battery when it's not plugged in, and this is not a big deal for me. So before I show you the actual results in the games, we must talk about the key thing. Both of these laptops are missing a MAX switch, which is a real shame, and I would expect it at least in a more premium Scar 15 model. And because we have RTX 3060 with 16GB of RAM and Ryzen 7 5800H in both of these laptops, you will get a very similar performance, if not the same. And mainly because of it, I choose to connect Scar 15 to an external monitor, so you can see how much of a difference can this make and how much FPS you can gain in actual games. But this also applies to Strix G15, which you can also connect to an external monitor, and you will also gain more FPS. So let's take a look at it. So what are my thoughts on the Scar 15, and is there enough value to pick the more expensive version of the Strix G15? Well, my personal answer is yes. And you might ask yourself why. It has no max switch, just like a Strix G15, so the actual results in the game will be same, which is the main thing that you will be looking for, at least some of you. And my answer to it is that you have to take a look at it as a overall package that you have. You have more premium materials, it feels more rugged and better put together, you have an additional webcam which is handy, and it has better image quality than a webcam in a display. You have a fantastic optical mechanical keyboard, better audio, and little things like back panels that you can change, new RGB strip under the display, which pushing the overall look of this laptop a bit further, and also keystone, which is a bit gimmicky, but again, it is a nice little thing that you can't see on the other laptops. Performance-wise, it is a great laptop with great cooling, and the performance is much better than on some other laptops with even lower wattages RTX 3070. So that's it for today's review guys, and let's jump to a giveaway. You have a chance to get yourself a nice and big Legion mousepad from Lenovo, and also one of these hand-painted pictures. If you are a fan of Marvel and DC, then I am giving you guys this awesome looking Aquaman and Captain America, which are really amazing looking hand-painted pictures, and they look amazing on a wall. So the only thing you have to do is subscribe and let me know in a comment section below when did you came on the channel, which one of these pictures would you like to have, and also which laptops would you like to see in the next review. When we will reach 3,500 subscribers, then I will randomly pick two of you guys, which one of you will get a Legion mousepad and the hand-painted picture, and the other one just the picture itself. If both of you would love to have the same picture, then it's completely fine, because all of these pictures are painted by my father, so we will make another one for you. So that's it guys, thank you so much, stay safe, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.